Do you ever feel paralyzed by the fear of failure, believing that if something isn't perfect, it isn't worth starting? Leaving your spirit burdened by unfulfilled potential and the weight of dreams you never dared to pursue. Welcome to my vessel of light. If you're here, perhaps you felt the silent ache of perfectionism, the quiet frustration of a soul that longs to create but is held captive by the relentless pursuit of an impossible ideal. You are about to embark on a tender, timeless narrative, a story that gently unfolds the sacred truth that perfection is the enemy of creation. This journey reveals how to find freedom in the very act of making, transforming your fear of impermanence into a profound source of creativity and joy. Once upon a time, in a small village by the sea, lived a young woman named Serafina. Her hands possessed a rare, gentle talent for shaping sand into breathtaking works of art. Her sculptures were intricate and delicate, praised by all who saw them. Yet, Serafina was held captive by a deep, unspoken fear. The fear of impermanence. She knew her creations were beautiful, but she could never bring herself to sculpt a grand, truly magnificent masterpiece. The thought of it was paralyzing. She knew the inevitable truth. The high tide would come. The powerful ocean waves would sweep in and wash away all of her hard work, leaving only a blank canvas of sand behind. So, instead of a grand masterpiece, Serafina only created small, simple sculptures that took little time. They were safe, and their eventual destruction didn't feel like a profound loss. But this cautious approach left her with a quiet, persistent sadness. Her soul yearned to create something truly great, to pour her entire heart into a single work, but the fear of its destruction was always greater. Her beautiful talent was stifled by her fear of impermanence. She was a creator who was afraid to create with her whole heart. This silent struggle left her spirit weary. Her creativity felt more like a burden than a gift. She felt she was not living up to her full potential. One day, as she sat on the shore, watching the waves erase her latest small sculpture, an old woman approached her. Her face was weathered like the driftwood on the beach, and her eyes held the profound wisdom of the sea. The villagers called her the guardian of the ocean. She lived a solitary life, and her words were said to be as unpredictable as the tides, but as wise as the oldest coral. Serafina, in her quiet sadness, confessed her fear to the guardian. "I want to create something magnificent," she said, her voice filled with a profound ache. "But I am afraid to put my whole heart into a work that will just be washed away." The guardian listened, her eyes filled with compassion. "Your fear is not of the tide, child," she said gently. "Your fear is of the love you must pour into a work that is not yours to keep. Your fear is of the work itself, not of its end. Because it's not the work that's precious, it's the joy and love you put into it." The guardian, with a kind and profound smile, gave Serafina a task. "Today, you will build your masterpiece," she said. "You will not hold back. You will pour all of your heart and all of your talent into this one great work. And when you are finished," the guardian continued, her voice soft but firm, "you will sit and watch the tide come in. You will watch it claim your work. You will not try to save it. You will just watch." Seraphine's heart pounded with fear, but she could not refuse the wisdom in the guardian's eyes. The next morning, she went to the shore, and for the first time, she began to create without holding back. She spent the entire day on her masterpiece. She sculpted a magnificent castle with intricate towers, delicate archways, and a strong, beautiful foundation. She poured all of her joy, all of her passion, and all of her heart into it. She forgot about the time, the sun, and the wind. She was entirely lost in the act of creation. When the sun began to set, she was finished. The castle was the most beautiful thing she had ever created. It was truly perfect in her eyes, a testament to her soul. Serafina felt an immense pride, but also a deep sorrow, for she knew that the end was near. She went and sat beside the guardian, watching the waves. The tide began to turn, and with a soft, persistent murmur, it began its journey back to the shore. Seraphine's heart ached with every wave that came closer. She wanted to run and protect her creation, but the guardian's quiet presence held her still. The first waves, soft and gentle, touched the castle's foundation, and Serafina closed her eyes in pain. The waves grew larger, and with a powerful, graceful force, they began to reclaim the sand. The intricate towers began to crumble. The delicate archways vanished. The entire magnificent castle, her masterpiece, was washed away, leaving only a smooth, blank canvas of wet sand. A profound wave of loss washed over Serafina, a wave so strong it brought silent tears to her eyes. She felt the pain of watching her hard work disappear. But then, as the last remnants of her sculpture dissolved into the sea, a new, profound feeling emerged. A feeling of liberation, of release, of peace. She had given her heart entirely to the work, and yet she was not shattered. She was whole. The beauty was not in the end of the sculpture. The beauty was in the joy of creating it. The guardian, seeing the new light in Seraphine's eyes, spoke, "The castle, my dear, was never the masterpiece. The masterpiece was you in the act of creating it. You feared the loss of a thing, but you found the triumph of your own spirit. The ocean did not destroy your art. It celebrated it, accepting your beautiful gift back into its vast embrace. The beauty of your art was in the process, not in the result. The true creation was the joy, the passion, and the courage you found in yourself. That, my dear, is an art that can never be washed away." Serafina finally understood. She had been a prisoner of perfectionism, of the need for permanence, of a fear that her efforts were only valid if they lasted forever. But the real value was in the joy she felt in the process, in the love she poured into the work, in the courage to create something beautiful, even for a moment. This story teaches us a profound and undeniable truth. Our greatest fear is not of failure, but of our own potential, of the powerful light we could create if we just dared to start without the need for a perfect, permanent result. Our perfectionism is often a mask for our fear of vulnerability. The fear that if we try our hardest, if we pour our entire heart into something, and it disappears, we will be shattered. But this journey shows us that we are not our creations. We are the creators. We are the artists. And our true joy, our real strength, comes from the sacred act of creation itself. The end of the creation is not a failure. It is the beginning of the next. The beauty of the flower is not in its eternity, but in its fleeting, perfect moment of bloom. And today, this light, the gentle glow of self-liberation from the fear of imperfection, belongs to you. Your existence doesn't need to be permanent to feel its immeasurable worth. Your heart doesn't need a flawless result to find its profound peace. You are a masterpiece, intricately woven, gracefully unfolding with every imperfect stroke of your unique story. Embrace your tenderness, honor your vulnerability, and remember that within you lies an infinite wellspring of grace. You are enough just as you are. You are a radiant vessel of light, destined to bloom beautifully, piece by gentle piece, in your own perfect, sacred time, radiating a connection that begins from within and extends through all seasons of your life. If this story touched your heart, if you found a quiet echo of your own journey within this profound tale of conquering perfectionism, please consider giving this video a like. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear which part of this story resonated most deeply with you. And if you seek a gentle refuge, a space where understanding blossoms and weariness finds solace, come rest with us and subscribe to my Vessel of Light.